it going, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. Today, we're going to be talking about why I chose to buy this 2018 iPad Pro in 2022. Well, actually, I got it towards the end of 2021, but I forgot to make this video. Honestly, it's just given me a bit more time with it to get used to it. So, let's talk about it. Alright, so one of the main reasons as to why I personally bought this thing is because it was the cheapest notched iPad Pro at the time. Now, before I got this thing, I had an iPad Pro in the past. I had the 9.7-inch one from like 2016, and don't get me wrong, that was awesome, but I really wanted to try something a little bit more modern with the USB-C charger, the notch, the squared off design, and the 2018 11-inch iPad Pro was one of the cheapest ways that I could get into that. The next reason as to why I personally chose to buy this iPad is because of the fantastic screen. So the 2018 iPad Pro does have an 11-inch IPS LCD screen with a resolution of 1668 by 2388, a 120Hz refresh rate. It basically has everything that I wanted, and while the more astute of you may have noticed that it is very broken, I am planning on getting that fixed soon, and as of now, I've just thrown on a tempered glass screen protector that seems to be doing the job. Now, obviously, this thing is nice and color accurate. It's also nice and sharp due to that high resolution. Honestly, though, I think we were kind of expecting that, but what I wasn't expecting to really care about, but have really grown to like, is the 120Hz refresh rate. Now, I know this isn't groundbreaking technology. I think I had like a 120Hz monitor back in like 2015, but when it comes to sketching in Procreate, that high refresh rate is awesome. Now, typically, I have usually written off 120Hz. My experience when it comes to refresh rates is mostly with monitors, and I personally know that if it has a high refresh rate, probably not for me. Personally, in monitors, I like a high resolution and color accuracy, typically not too fussed about the refresh rate. But when it comes to drawing, using this iPad Pro with the 120Hz refresh rate is a really nice experience. As I said, this thing also does have an IPS display, which means that editing photos in Lightroom is awesome, which is actually one of the main things I bought this thing for. Yeah, while the screen may be excellent, the performance can definitely back this thing up too. Next up, and another reason as to why I wanted to buy this is because of the compatibility with Apple Pencil. Now, as I said, I really did want to get into sketching. In fact, while I do use this thing for rough concepts of like thumbnails or storyboards, I literally just find myself drawing with this thing. Like, I've made several personal wallpapers now. In fact, I've got one of the wallpapers on right now. The ability to use the Apple Pencil isn't really anything I've had before. Like, I've had iPads in the past. I really wanted to be able to use an Apple Pencil. And while I don't have an official Apple Pencil, in fact, I have this knockoff one, it does have a lot of the Apple Pencil functionality. And that's awesome. As I said, I can sketch better, I can edit my photos easier, and overall, using an Apple Pencil styled thing is a really good experience with this iPad. The next reason as to why I personally bought an iPad Pro is because it is a fantastic virtual planner. So seeing as I personally do a lot of freelance work, I'm also not the best at organizing myself, the iPad Pro is super helpful here. I also use it to plan these videos, so scripting, storyboarding, anything that I might need to do. Because it's so interactive, it makes planning these videos much easier. Once again, occasionally I will use Procreate to design thumbnails, or the Notes app to write my scripts, and for this, the iPad Pro is excellent. Next up, it's also really good for actually helping me film. So, fact, I'm currently using it. So this might be a little bit of a niche one, but if you've ever shot with a Lumix camera like I do, then you will know that they have one of the best camera control apps on the market. Like, my camera is currently across the room. I got my mic boomed up here. I set focus and started recording from the app. Because of the nice big screen, it's also easy to preview what your frame looks like. And while it isn't the highest quality, so you shouldn't really be relying on it for focus, it is a really great device. Following on, as I previously said, photo editing on this device is awesome. Now, I personally have tried everything. Personally, I've tried a lot of photo editing solutions, but my favorites on the iPad as of now are Lightroom for color grading and adjustments, and Affinity Photo for some of the heavier lifting. I've personally made several of the thumbnails on this channel using the iPad Pro because it's just that much more intuitive than using a mouse. Like, physically being able to interact with the app and like turn up your exposure with your finger is an awesome experience. It was one of the main things that I wanted to try when I initially got this thing, and I must say, it has been a very good experience. The final reason as to why I personally bought this iPad and love it is because of the frankly phenomenal standby battery preservation. This iPad Pro has a battery size of 7,812 milliamp hours, and this 2018 iPad Pro lasts longer than my M1 MacBook Pro. Generally, if I leave my MacBook running but not doing anything, I have found that I do often come back to it and find out the battery's dead, which is... But as long as I've locked the iPad Pro, the standby preservation on this thing is absolutely incredible. Like, I've left this thing on for days at a time without charging it. Occasionally, I will only just use it in the evenings to watch some videos, and this thing is always charged, and I can do this for days. Yeah, genuinely, that is one of my favorite features about this iPad. The battery life is incredible. I didn't charge this iPad yesterday night, was using it all day to make this video, didn't charge it last night either, and it's at 32%. So yeah, that's honestly the reason as to why I bought the oldest of the new iPad Pro design. It meets all my needs, I didn't need anything more expensive, and for what it is, this thing is awesome. Now, as I said, the screen is currently broken. However, I am planning on getting that fixed soon. I really haven't had the chance recently, but yeah, hopefully that's something I get the chance to do soon. All right, guys, so that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Let me know, by the way, have you ever used an iPad Pro? Was it this model? Are you currently watching this video on one? Feel free to let me know in the comments. I always enjoy reading those. As for now, though, as always, thank you for watching. Remember to like the video if you want to see more content like this, then smash that subscribe button. I'm done for now, and I will see you guys in the next one.